the things anxiety can make you do without you realising. Reassurance seeking. It is a natural human behaviour to receive reassurance when you've experienced something unpleasant, or when you're starting something new and you're trying something new for the first time and you want other people's opinions. That is totally normal. Anxiety, the great ugly liar of all, will tell you gradually that you need to keep getting more reassurance. Now, the thing about reassurance, and I've seen TikToks that say, please, if you've got an anxious friend, be loving and empathic and kind and just reassure them. Don't berate them. And I agree, don't berate them. But there is a technique that can be used. A technique, look at me, I'm not a medical person or anything, by the way, you all know that. I've just got a lot of lived experience. There is a way that you can empower the person who's seeking reassurance. And that is, for example, a friend came to me the other day. She told me lots of stuff that was going on. Oh, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? And I said, can you just listen to me for a second? And I sat there and I more or less told her story back to her as if I was experiencing it. So I said, I'm worried about this, and so said that, and then I was worried about this, and then they said they're okay, but I don't know if I believe them, and blah, 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 blah. And it went on and on and on. And then at the end of it, she was quiet, and I just said, so seeing as I'm in this situation, what would you tell me? How would you advise me? How would you support me? What would you say to me? And this person went, I see what you've done there. Very clever, very clever. But let me think about it. And I said, take all the time you want. If you want, you can send me a voice message, give me a call back later, but let me know. And as we carried on talking, she then started to say, well, you could try this, or maybe it sounds like you're too emotionally invested in this. And she came up with lots of perfect answers. And then there was another pause, and she said, I know what you're going to say. I said, I'm going to say it anyway. Try applying it to your situation. Anxiety makes us emotionally invested in the things that we're worried about. It makes us blind to our own strength. It makes us blind to our own resources. And it keeps telling us that we need other people to fix us. We need other people to carry us. We need other people to reassure us. And that's fine to a degree when it's healthy. But when you're obsessing over it, when you're pestering people, you're pestering people, but you just can't help it, then something needs to be done. If anxiety is partly caused by a medical problem, for example, when I saw it trying to come back a couple of years ago, it turns out it was to do with hormones. So having replaced those hormones, the anxiety has disappeared. However, I still use a lot of the techniques that I used when I was recovering from severe anxiety disorder and panic disorder. So that is just a way that by turning things around, it takes the person out of their own situation, which they are emotionally invested in. And you say to them, I want you to see me in this situation, but not just saying it, talk it through. Say, I've got this concern. I'm really worried about this. I can't sleep at night. What would you suggest? And then you go away and you think, well, how can I help that person? They are helping themselves by proxy, if that's such a thing. I don't know. Is that a thing? I might have made it up. But it's a really useful technique to take yourself out of your own situation, think about that person that you care about deeply and imagining them experiencing it. Anxiety will do its best to say, but there's no point doing that. No point doing that. Don't do that. It's not going to work for you. You're the only person that can't be cured from their anxiety, or not cured, can't recover from feeling anxious all the time. Anxiety, like a lot of things, becomes a habit if it's not kept in hand. So this is a way of helping you empower people that you care about, or you can apply it to yourself. But it's a useful technique, and it helps people to get out of their own head, their own worries, and actually picture that person in. And if they say, well, I can't do it because you're not really going through that, you say, but yeah, I want you to really imagine. Or share something that you did go through so they do become disconnected from themselves and they start thinking about how you feel. Let me know what you think. Anyway, have a good day.